Hey, welcome everybody to Tom and James for Friday. Listen, we're going to get right onto it. No matter how much James wants to pick on me, we're going to get right to it because I only got 20 minutes today, James. That's it.
I'm over it, bro. Whatever.
So
just move on.
Yeah. Okay. We'll move on. I remember I did say on the Tuesday, your live Tuesday, I wanted to talk about the horsemen of the apocalypse. We don't have time to do that today because I'm going to ask you about something else. You ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready for this.
So Biden, Fauci, COVID surprise coming. That's a question mark. Sinking poll numbers, crises may bring course correction. I'm thinking with all of the course corrections these people make, they only make things much worse for everybody. I mean, sinking poll numbers, but that doesn't really seem to matter much to these people. They just seem to become more oppressive to me.
What this is chasing the proverbial tail. Like, people don't get this, right? Anybody in construction knows this rule. You could get to the point where you get so picky about the things that you're trying to fix that every time you fix whatever you see, you create a new problem, right? And that's exactly what's going on. You're talking about a group of markedly incompetent people. And when I say markedly, I probably ought to change that. Let me just say willful incompetence, right? They are so dramatically and willfully incompetent that what they are doing is they are effectively destroying the country based on them trying to change the proverbial tail. They've made a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of things they've done purposefully, right? But all of this is backfiring. They did not intend for many of these consequences to sort of erupt. Now, don't get me wrong. The cabal that rules them most definitely intended for all of this to corrupt and to blow up in their face. But some of that is not the case. And so now what they're trying to do is they're trying to fix it, right? They're throwing Bondo on a break that, is not repairable. So the more they try to repair it, the worse everything else becomes. And they are literally blowing everything up around them. They're beyond a bull in a china shop. They're literally demolishing the china shop with a big old tractor.
That's a great way of putting it. I got to ask you about this since you mentioned, I agree with you, these things are being done deliberately with the people of the cabal behind the current regime. And things are getting much worse than the current regime expected them to get. And they're just going to have more and more chaos. There's more and more people that are protesting. People and companies are protesting. Individual protests are breaking out all over. I believe it's the United States of America that has messed up the whole world system right now. And because if America were to change their policies for the good, literally for the good, I think we would see remarkable things happen worldwide. It's not going to go that way. We know it's not going to go that way because the globalists have now got control of this thing. They're not going to let it go. So I'm going to throw out this other story to you. Subway gas attacks, you ready for this? To be staged by DHS and the feds in New York City at over 120 locations, including transit buses, airports, subway tunnels. And it started on Monday of this week. It's being carried all the way through to the 29th, which will take it, I think that's next Friday. So you're looking at this. Okay, James, I got to look at this. This is my opinion. Event 201 was that October 2019, when you had these leaders that got together and said, what if a coronavirus just happened to get out there? What kind of lockdowns would we have to do? Next thing you know, when one gets out there, we go into all these lockdowns. Then there's Cyber Polygon 2021, which is, what if there's cyber attacks? What's going to happen? Then all that. And now we have this one. Let's do 120 locations. Let's just suppose that there's this gas attack on the subway. I mean, you got to wonder, are they genuinely trying to figure it out? Or are these things that they know or that they're planning?
It's their dress rehearsal.
That's what I think.
I mean, it's their dress rehearsal. Listen, if you right now live in any country and you trust your government, you're crazy, right? I mean, the reality of it is this is a dress rehearsal for something much uglier, right? Now, their initial preponderance might basically be built upon the idea that they're looking to rehearse this for a foreign attack or something like that. But the reality of it is no one does anything like that. You don't disrupt major transit like this just to simply run a drill, not knowing full well that something is around the corner. Government works this way, by the way. They don't ever tell you they have something unless they've had it for 10 or 15 years. That's just the way it goes.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm not surprised by this at all.
Yeah, and it really does. It should cause people to be aware of what is really going on as we continue to look at the supply chain problems that I believe are intentional. There's a way to figure. I mean, our government is printing trillions and trillions of dollars. That's what we know. They're giving it to people so they won't work. So why would people go to work? I mean, they're creating this communist country right here in America, and they're telling people to stay home. Oh no, why doesn't anybody want to work? Well, it's deliberate. It's causing chaos. Out of the chaos that is going to continue to be created, of the crises that are going to continue to be created, they're just going to make matters worse and worse because they know they need to bring the people to a point where they're going to finally submit and say, whatever it takes to solve the problems, we want that. Then they're going to say, aha, we finally got the people. So when you have a Biden administration that's saying we need a course correction because the numbers are low, it's not going to be in our favor. There's no way this is going to be in our favor.
Come on. You're in la land if you think that's going to be the case. And you're 100% right. And it's well articulated. And I don't think there is any other way to look at it. We know what's going on. This is not a mystery to us. The level of what is perceived to be incompetence is a willful decision. It's calculated in nature, and it's calculated by those that are handling this regime.
Yeah. So I didn't do this in the beginning because we started right away because I have a shorter time available today. Do you want to say hi to everybody before we go on with the next question?
Hi.
Okay, good. You have anything else you want to tell everybody? Are you still mad at me?
No, well, bro, let's not do this. Let's not waste. We only have a few minutes left. Let's not waste it on the fact that you cheated on me and then you bragged about cheating on me.
There's this fly in here. I was just trying to catch a fly. I missed it. Okay, you ready? Next story. Treasury official claims inflation, part of economy in transition, and the only way out is 100% global getting for everybody on the planet to get this. Now, this, I look at this, if somebody can't see this as a preparation for what is coming in the tribulation with what's coming with the mark of the beast, because this is not the mark of the beast itself, but the preparation for it, I'm looking at it, the only way to fix the world's problems, this is the way the false prophet Antichrist are going to sell that thing in the future, that mark on your right hand or left hand. Bro. The only way to be able to continue forward. So this is the Treasury Secretary saying it's got to be global, not just America. Everybody in the world must comply. I mean, the language that's involved in this smacks of what is coming.
It's incredibly insulting and it's incredibly stupid. Okay. How about we put it that way? The idiotic realm that this delves into is beyond anything that I can even begin to process or imagine. Let me tell you how stupid this is. Forgive me for saying this, but let me tell you how incredibly stupid this is. This is like me, all right, witnessing you getting your arm cut off. God forbid. That's a horrible thought, right? But let's pretend it's me witnessing you get your arm cut off, and I am the world's greatest, most foremost authority on whatever. I'm the world leader. And I tell everybody that the only way to solve the problem of getting your arm cut off is that everybody in the country or in the world take a shot. Huh? How? Forgive the burp. How in the world does that have anything to do with the actual core problem that they're talking about? How in the world does anybody taking a medical procedure solve a problem that relates to economics or anything else you want to throw that way? You guys are fools that do this, who think that people are that stupid that they'll actually believe that lie.
Yeah, this is total manipulation by the government.
Complete.
That's what this is. And to not be able to look at it and see what's really going on behind this, look, people really are getting sick from this. People really are dying from this on both sides, which I can't talk further about. But you look at it, and you go, this thing is being used to manipulate every single aspect of society.
100%.
So, yeah. So, okay, now here's another one. Ready? So the government says we need course correction because the poll numbers are dropping. And then there's this article. This comes out of, let me see this is out of Ruth Shiva out of Israel. It says, new U.S. COVID-19 travel policy to go into effect next month. So it's going to go into effect in November. And basically what it says is anybody that's coming from a foreign land, any visitor that's coming from a foreign land must have proof of, or you can't enter into the United States. So what kind of course correction is Biden administration doing? None that's, again, going in our favor because they're still saying this is going to be required. I was talking with a lady just the other day, and she said her mom lives in South America. She's from South America. She's a citizen here, but her mom lives in South America. She goes, my mom is not going to be able to visit here ever again, the way this is all going.
Bro, and it's not going to solve the biggest issue.
No, it's not going to solve anything.
You come from anywhere around the world on a plane, you're going to have proof that this procedure has happened. Yet, if you are coming from the southern border illegally, you don't need anything.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. In fact, not only do you not need anything, you'll be flown into different places of America where these globalists in the current Biden regime want to change their policies and disrupt their lifestyle. They will fly those people into your city unannounced to you and let them loose because that's what they're doing.
100%.
Yeah. I mean, we know these things. And you watch these things. You talked about Monkey. This is what he has he follows the flights of this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you've been watching any of his sit reps lately, it's crazy. Matter of fact, if you look at flight charts, like I've been beginning to do that, Monkey's kind of inspired that as of late. I'm an aviation guy, so I've always looked at flight charts for probably the last several years. But it's kind of crazy right now, especially when you look at the movement of military planes. Normally you'll see anywhere from, 300 to 400 up at one time. And we've been seeing a lot less during the times where you would see a heightened amount and a lot more during times where you would see no activity. Doesn't make any kind of sense. I don't know why things are being tripped up right now in the air. I have no idea what's going on. Well, I think what that's telling me is there's a lot of undocumented flights that are in the air that they don't want us to know about, even by means of flight charts and so on and so forth. I think it's a lot of undercover black ops that are taking place right now to do nefarious things to put our nation in a place of worse trouble than it's already in.
Yeah. What this also shows is how many people are involved in the takedown of America.
Oh my goodness.
It's a lot of people.
The percentage of people is substantial, and you don't even really need a high percentage. You just need a percentage of people who are capable, powerful, and equipped. And let me tell you something. These people are capable, they are powerful, and boy, let me tell you, they are most definitely equipped.
And they are not the people that we see in the news. These are all people that are behind the scenes, exceptionally powerful, and they manipulate. They have their spokespeople out there. They get their
100%.
presidents, they get their princes, they get their governors. Those are spokespeople for the really powerful people that are behind the scenes. We know of a name like George Soros or Klaus Schwab. There are more powerful people out there that we don't even know the name of that are doing these things.
Yep. And there is one other person who's getting involved at a pretty aggressive level, but nobody knows it's him getting involved. He's doing it through different means. And he is by far, without a doubt, the richest man in the world. And that's Vladimir Putin.
Oh, he is. People don't realize he's the richest man in the world. People say Bezos is. Actually, Vladimir Putin is.
Vladimir Putin probably by as much as $67 billion more than Bezos.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And Putin's agenda is entirely different. He's not supportive of the New World Order. He's not supportive of these globalists.
No.
And his agenda is also nefarious, but still,
Well, he'll inflate the New World Order just to see it blow up.
He will do his
What
best.
he doesn't realize is it's going to come back and bite him, but he doesn't realize that.
Yes, he will. All the stuff he's doing in the Mideast, that's a power play. He wants to.
No doubt it is.
There's energy involved. He's not doing it just because he wants to be nice to people over in the Mideast. Now, there's always other motives, and Putin is smart. I don't care what anybody says. Putin is smart.
Yeah, no, he's brilliant.
Even if he used to ride around on horseback without a shirt. Remember those old pictures?
I didn't say he wasn't weird, but he's definitely smart.
Those pictures were from like 10 years ago.
Oh, I know,
or
with the shotguns and the, oh my goodness.
Sorry, I put that image in all of our viewers' minds. Okay, ready for this? Billionaire supermarket owner warns food prices will go up tremendously.
Yep.
And we're hearing this over and over. Folks, we keep talking about this and talking about this and talking about this. And I got to say this about the timing of the rapture, James, because so many people get confused. They've heard about the teaching of the rapture. You and I both believe pre-trib rapture. But because you believe the rapture is going to happen before the tribulation does not mean that we're not going to go through really hard times.
That's right.
We don't know when the rapture is going to take place. We only know that the tribulation is going to begin when Antichrist confirms the covenant in 7 years. We don't know when these things are going to take place. But the way things are going, you know what? I personally believe we're in for more and more difficult times. And this financial news is all over. If you look anywhere, it is all over media, all over media.
Yeah.
Not CNN and Fox, not the mainstream.
Then you've got bozos like the dummy that's coming out of the White House, Jen Psaki, who's actually telling everybody, and this came in at the time that we were recording this, it comes in and basically says that the global supply chain shortage is a direct result of increased demand. And I'm like, oh yeah, you show your brilliance when you make a statement like that, and then you actually want people to believe your lie. It's unbelievable to me, the kind of lies that I continue to see propagated from in that place. Yeah.
So
she is a devil.
Yeah. How do you explain all the boats that are out there off of the shore by you?
Oh yeah.
How do you explain them all sitting there? Were those things just ordered yesterday to be imported here? No. We talked about this last time with people at your church that work at the docks down there. Look.
Oh yeah.
Those things aren't being unloaded like they used to be. You don't have the people driving the trucks like they used to be because that Jen Psaki regime she's a part of is printing up all this money, making people not work, and in making sure that things get chaotic. That's what we've already talked about that. Okay, here's this one. You ready?
It's all Brandon's fault.
Thank you for saying that.
Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. That'll get some comments, good and bad. Okay, ready? CDC shares easy ways you can divide the unvaccinated family and friends from those who've been vaccinated over the holidays. It's basically, if you got the medical procedure, don't invite anybody else over to your house who doesn't have it. That's what they're saying. So
you know what? Hey, great. Because if I have any family members that actually took it, I don't want to be invited by them anyway. Go have your own little thing. I'll pray that y'all don't have a heart attack while you're eating your turkey.
Yeah, you know what? I am thankful. I will say this because that any of my family members that took it, for the most part, they still like
your immediate family members.
Yeah, my immediate, not my wife and children.
Yeah, but, right. I just want to make that clear because you'll get a lot of comments after making that statement.
Yeah, listen, we all have extended family. But you know what? They actually are still, they understand the things I actually talk about, which is amazing to me.
That's great.
And they still watch. And well, we haven't gotten to Thanksgiving yet. As far as I know, we'll be invited over for Thanksgiving. We'll wait and see. Okay, last story. You ready?
You'll have to put a plastic bag over your face if you go over there.
Someone might appreciate if I do. Okay, Facebook adds to its Orwellian content. Ugh. Moderation by protecting activists and journalists from bullying. So, James, we only got like 1 minute left. So I'm going to let you take this story because this is obvious. You're not allowed to say anything mean about anybody who says something mean about you on any social network. If they said something mean about you, they have the right to, but you better not say anything back. I mean, this is taking censorship to another level. James, I'm going to let you take that and say whatever you want as we got to close.
Look, this is Facebook, demonically inspired Facebook, basically saying we're going to shut anybody's mouths who we want to have shut. That's really what it comes down to. There is no other way of putting it, and they're taking it to a whole new level because now they're saying that they are going to be discriminatory towards the media. This is nothing new. The New York Post, this happened with the New York Post and Twitter, right? We saw that happen. But now they're preparing everybody's mind. They're literally pushing the Overton window. They're preparing everybody's mind to be okay with the squashing of the free media, right? And when I talk about the free media, I'm not talking about these clowns that are making all the same uniform statements because their bosses are paying them and making them to do it. We're not talking about the CNNs of the world and so on and so forth. We're talking about people who legitimately want to say the things that they need to say to speak out the truth. They're going to attack people like Project Veritas. They're going to attack people like me and you. They're going to attack people, which they already are. They're going to continue to attack us, and yet they're doing it on a whole different level. They're now saying that what we're doing is criminal. Okay? Welcome to communism.
Yeah.
Welcome to Marxism. Welcome to the evil, demonic world of your father, the devil, Facebook. That's the reality of it.
Yep, absolutely is. James, listen, I want you to know we got to sign out now. I love you and Monkey the same. Bye, everybody. Apparently,
wow.
James
wow.
just, I thought you would appreciate that.
Wow.
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 Hey, good to see you. Thank you for joining me today. Say anything final in closing you want to.
What a way to end, bro. There's nothing else I can say. I got nothing to say. You just left me speechless.
You love everybody watching, though, right? Tell them.
Yeah, I do. Very much so.
Amen. Tell them. Even if you don't love me
you,
anymore,
guys.
that's okay. I still love you.
I love you, guys.
Thank you, everybody, for watching us today. May the Lord richly bless your weekend in Him. And remember, keep your eyes fixed on Jesus Christ, the author and finisher of our faith. Be strong in the Lord until He comes. God bless you, everybody. See you soon.
Fight the good fight.
Amen.